Numan has said he doesn't want to be a rock star forever. Last Tuesday, he was in town for what he said was going to be his last tour. I had a chance to talk to him before the show.
I want to do video. I need more time to set up the video. And I don't want to be a rock and roll star forever, and this is the best way of beginning to not be one. Yeah, I want to have it all done and finished by the time I'm 30. All this, the pressure side of things, you know, as it is at the moment. I'd like to get married fairly soon. And I don't know why. Maybe I lose interest very quickly. Maybe that's why I do it.
So you want to settle down and...
You know, this will be the second world tour I've done. And that's enough, isn't it?
Well, does it get boring?
No, it doesn't get boring. It gets, I'm not getting enough out of it to want to make me do it forever. It's rather like driving somewhere. I'm always trying to get a quicker way there.
It's amazing to think that someone as theatrical as you can sort of be so blasé about the whole thing.
No, it's not that. It's not blasé, really. It's... if I really loved it, then I'd probably be out there enjoying every second. I wouldn't want to get off the stage at the end of it. I do enjoy it, but not enough. I certainly don't enjoy it as much as some people I spoke to. They live for it. And I don't do that. But I don't walk on stage and sort of yawn and think, here we go again. I can get excited by it, but not enough.
Last time we talked, you were talking about a house in the country, I think, that you'd like to have, or that you do have. And the whole thing about loving airplanes. I mean, all that stuff that's the kind of stuff that really you've got to have tons and tons of money to be able to support those kinds of fantasies and those kinds of hobbies.
Girlfriend and house.
Oh, wow, you're halfway there. You've got to get some shots of these.
They'd probably be too glossy.
Oh, she's really lovely. What does she think of this rock and roll business? Does she want you to give it up? Is she pressuring?
No, she doesn't care. She didn't even know who I was. She had no idea who I was at all.
Is that, how did you meet her?
She'd heard of me, but she didn't know whether I was a singer or an actor or anything. Which is great. I didn't know people like that were around. I always suspected people's reasons for talking to me. She didn't know who the hell I was. It's great. It's really nice. And then after I was talking to her, we was talking about people wanting you for your money and that sort of thing. And she just split up with a multi-millionaire that she'd been with for 8 years. He's a Rolls-Royce dealer from London. And he's incredibly rich. He's got like a ship that he owns. It's massive. And she just split up with him about 6 months ago. And so she can't want my money because I've got nothing. She's richer than me.
And you must miss her so much when you're on the road. That's probably why you hate touring so much.
Yeah, I miss her a bit. Yeah. Just before we left, we wasn't getting on too well. We was arguing a lot, so it's a bit of a relief at the moment. But I do miss it, yeah. I'd like to be a millionaire, and I'd like to have an enormous yacht in the south of France. I'd like to have a house like that, and a girlfriend like that. And they are, if they're simple, then that's all right. I'm a bit flash, I suppose. The paradox is that I like things like that, and yet I'm very shy. And I don't like people to know that I've got it, really, or at least where it is. And that's hard, because I've got the Corvette, and yet I don't like people staring at me, when I'm out. And so obviously the car attracts attention. So I have to constantly decide whether it's what I want or not. Sometimes I don't want it, sometimes I do.
And the way you look, too. I mean, you look a little flashier, I think, than you did the last time I saw you, even. I think you look terrific. But you've got the streak in your hair, and you know.
Oh.
You look pretty tough. I mean, you definitely look like a rock star. I mean, walking down the street, you stand out. Now, I don't know what, where people in London are at.
This is quite normal, I think, in London. Well, I don't go around in London, so I don't really know.
But you've obviously just got a sense of theatrics about you, I think.
Do you think?
Definitely.
Oh, I thought I've got my jeans on. I was being really incognito today.
But that's the look.
Well, I look at the ground when I walk. I always got my head down.
Do you really think that you've paid your dues? You've had a lot of success in a very short time.
No, I didn't pay any dues. I made it on my second album. And I only did clubs for a little while, and I got fed up with it, so I stopped. And the next gig after that, I was #1, and no, I've not paid any dues. You have to pay dues, don't you? That's stupid, that. Stupid.
People shouldn't have to pay dues?
No.
Well, do you feel that you deserve... Well, I guess you do feel like you deserve it.
You should tour around for 5 years before you make it. If it's to gain experience, that's obviously been proved wrong, because I'm doing okay and I've got no experience whatsoever.
So it's all a myth?
Yeah, I think so. That whole attitude of you should be expected to do 5 or 10 years, or that they say that I've got it easy. or that I got it too quick, or that I got it without earning it. I earned it because I wrote the album. That's how I earned it.
Coming up in the new music, a look at the new reggae movie Rockers, Rough Trade, Carolyn Moss, Yes, and more.
Staring at TV.